All right. Well, I have no idea if the audio is working. My camera position is crap, but we're going live. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing streaming live here, but that has never stopped me before, so why should it now? It does occur to me this view's a little awkward the way it's at, so I may look at repositioning it in the future. But for now, we'll go with it. This stream is all about doing stuff and chatting while I do it. Now, as a writer, my name is Leto Armitage, and I know a lot of people feel like I should do writing streams because I write. But you know what? I decided I wanted to do stuff with my hands while I talk to people. So, you're getting to see some of my nerdier hobbies. In this case, I am taking the components of a big 3D printed dice tower, and I'm going to clean it up and get it ready for actual use. I'm going to have to look at my setup here and see how to do things a little better in the future. And there's nobody here, but hello to the ghosts. Dun 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 dun. This is really just for practice for me getting used to streaming anyway. I have a fairly cheap basic 3D printer from Anycubic, but I have found it absolutely delightful. I'm not taking as much advantage of it as I could, because for that I need to learn how to do more 3D modeling myself, which is absolutely on my to-do list. But so is getting my books written, playing games, reading, and trying to get into as much trouble as I can without, getting convicted of any crimes. Or charged, in fact. I'm too pretty for prison, folks. We're not doing that. I don't know about anyone else, but me, who started building terrain out of cardboard and foam and reading articles about it and gaming magazines back in the 1980s, well, 70s. This is like magic to me. But I can print out this thing. Now, some people see waste from these parts. I'm thinking you could make some little trees for terrain out of this, actually. I have to think about that. I realize as I'm doing this that I've made a horrible mistake and that I've started a stream without making tea first. And a morning without tea is a morning without hope. But I was really eager to see how this would work and what it would be like. So I'm trying it. As I do this, I'm thinking a little bit about the Ratcatchers. That's serial I'm currently doing right now. About 500 to 800 words a day, and largely improving it. It's starting out intentionally as a very traditional, simple fantasy story. Although probably with some, modernist views on it that aren't quite as traditional. May not be everyone's cup of tea. If you don't like things like metaphors for social injustice popping up, or indeed if the phrase social injustice triggers you, my writing may not be for you, and that's okay. I understand. And frankly, I get it. While I fully embrace the idea that we need social justice in the world, I understand how the phrase can also be triggering to people who are tired of holier than thous using it like a club. Performative justice social media heads are not fun to listen to. Nonetheless, I think our storytelling, including that heavily for entertainment, can include lessons. And I think things that are important to us in the world filter through in our art and entertainment. And it's one of the reasons I wrote in a recent newsletter, fuck, may the 5th be with you, or may the 4th be with you. Sorry, 5th is revenge of this 5th. May the 4th be with you. Because frankly, I don't like a world in which political figures, who are, in my mind, the enemy, are co-opting it. And the fundamental story of Star Wars is a story of anti-fascism. And I don't want to celebrate anti-fascism with commercialization. Just doesn't interest me. Okay, so the next stream I do, I am going to start looking at epoxying this up, and then I'll paint it. The epoxy will be fun, I think. But we have a moral obligation. We have a dice tower. We need to put some dice in it and see how it rolls. I retrieved a random handful of dice. Well, not a handful, but a few dice from my bucket o' dice. 3, another 3, although it knocks the first 3 into a 17. 5, 1, well, and an 8. Not the most auspicious beginnings for the dice tower, but maybe it just needs to get its bad luck out of the way. No, I'm not really a believer in that kind of mysticism. Anyway, so here we go. First iteration of this dice tower. Got the pattern off Colts 3D. I think it's going to be a really cool tower. All right. That's it for my first stream. Just trying this out and seeing how it works. All right. That's it for my first stream. Just trying this out and seeing how it works.